Hiya, what's crack? It's Erin and Teddy who wanted to say hello. Who is that? If you've been following my journey, you know already where I'm at, that I had my brain tumour, I had it removed. There was concerns of a blood clot and I was just kind of waiting to see how things were going to go. You want to go down now? Not really? Okay, you can stay there. Sir. So, anyways, I do have a wee bit of an update on both. No answers yet, but I'm going to get into my breathing first and then I'll move on to my brain tumour. I had a VQ scan at the hospital, which was interesting. I had to inhale the radioactive like tracers or trackers, whatever, and she had to like scan my chest to make sure I had taken enough of it and it was like high enough. And then I think that was a 13-minute scan, which was pretty cool. I mean, it wasn't like a MRI, it was a lot better. And then she had to inject me with the radioactive tracers, and then that was only 9 minutes, I believe. So then after that, she made me like sit and wait for a minute, and then she said to me like, no, you can go home. And she had told me like, I can't tell you your results or anything. So I said to her after like, so it's not a blood clot? And she was like, you can go home. So I knew then it 100% like wasn't, and that was 6 days ago, and I finally got a call from my GP or my family doctor here today to say it wasn't, like it's negative, it's not a blood clot, which is great. However, like he said, it kind of takes us back to square one. He now wants to focus on the heart. He said that I'm going to get a heart ultrasound to make sure that it's not like a heart problem, and he said if it's not my heart, then it is probably just stress. And he said to me like, are you stressed about anything? And I was like, well, you know, I've been waiting like what, 78, 79 days to find out if my brain tumour is cancerous or not. And he was like, yeah, well, obviously then like there would be nobody that wouldn't be stressed in that situation. I feel like I'm doing a good job though at not overthinking, and I'm trying to stay positive. So I said to him, I feel like I'd be a wee bit surprised if it was stress, but I mean, there's definitely stress involved. So we'll see. Before I get on to the brain tumour, please hear me say this, right? If you're going to get a brain surgery, do not get your eyebrows waxed even months later, right? I got mine done yesterday. It takes 2 seconds. My girl's really good. She literally does it dead quick. And oh my god, it's been almost 3 months. Next week it'll be 3 months since my brain surgery. It hurts so bad even the next day, right? See, whenever she did it, it felt like someone had a lighter to the back of my head and was burning my hair off. And like my brain tumour was here, but back here was hurting. All night last night I couldn't wear my hair up. I get random burning pains. I even thought when she was doing it, maybe she's spilling the hot wax on my head. Like that's how much it hurt. And I didn't want to like cause a fuss or anything as usual. And so I just was like holding my breath, and oh my god. I did my makeup today, and as I was brushing through my eyebrows, it just came back everywhere. This burning sensation. And so I mentioned it to my family doctor when we were talking about my breathing, and he didn't have anything to say. He just kind of moved on. But my man and dad said that's definitely your nerves, like you shouldn't have got your eyebrows waxed. But I didn't think, and I didn't tell anyone. So if you're going to get your eyebrows waxed, just don't do it. At least for 6 months at this stage. I'm hoping it'll be better by then, but oh my goodness. Okay, so back to my brain tumour diagnosis as usual. So the last time I got like a solid update was I think around a month ago, so that's why I've been pretty quiet on here. There's not been too much to kind of keep you updated with. So last week I called for my weekly update, and I actually didn't get a wee call back. I got a call back to schedule my MRI. So my 3-month MRI is next week. It's Monday at 6 p.m, which is good, and I'm sure it's all going to come back grand. And I'm going to get my results from that on Thursday, and they said they'll let me know if it's going to be a phone thing or an in-person thing. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a phone thing, and everything's going to be grand, and there's going to be no tumour in there. I'm not too worried about that. It's a wee bit stressful, but it'll be grand. Sir, get off the table. I think I have to give you a dentist stick to make you leave us alone. Okay, I'm back. I have no idea where I left off. So this week I called on Tuesday and I asked for a wee call back on, you know, my weekly update to know what's going on, and I didn't get a call back. So I left a message this morning, and it's so funny because I said, you know what, I'm gonna kick up a fuss. Like I'm gonna try to be annoyed, and I just can't. Like I just don't have it in me at all. Like I told my dad, I'm gonna, you know, leave a strict message. Like I'm gonna try my best to be like, can you call me back? And he was like, yep, whatever, there's no way you'll be able to do that. And of course I didn't, because I'm just not that kind of person. So I was just kind of left a message being like, if you could give me a call back, I'd really, really appreciate it. This is my 3rd message in 8 days. I just want to know what the crack is. And if there's no update, that's grand. At least I won't be waiting for a phone call. And so I got a phone call really, really shortly after it, and the girl was lovely, and she was like, oh, I can't believe you haven't got a call back. And she put me through to somebody who was, again, so freaking lovely, and she went above and beyond to kind of get me the information as to what's going on right now. That was really, really nice of her. I don't want anyone to think that I am not grateful for all the people I've been dealing with, especially my neurosurgeon. Like, he did such an amazing job, and I feel like if I was back at home and something came back and it wasn't him doing my surgery, I would be freaking out. Like, I would not feel good about it, because he did like such an A-star job. Talked to this lovely girl, and she called pathology and put me on hold, and then she kind of came back and said, right, pathology has to call London, Ontario for your update. And if you remember, I had said that, I think I said, my tumour was in London, and then they had sent it on to Toronto, like this really research hospital, to try and figure out what was going on. And so I said to her, like, oh, why are they calling London? And she said Toronto found something, like that some kind of test needed to be done. Sent the tumour back to London to do it. So she said, give me your number, I'm going to call you back today, and I'll let you know if London has it yet, if they started their tests or whatever. So she gave me a wee call back after, and she said they haven't got it yet, so hopefully soon. And I mean, that seems like they have like one more test to do, right? Hopefully. And so hopefully I'll get some sort of answer soon. She did say as well that they're going to have a meeting in hospital this week, like pathology and like neurology, like my surgeon or whatever, and they're all going to sit down, like have a brainstorm as to why this is happening and why it's taken so long. So I didn't know about that before. Again, it was really lovely for her to tell me. So even though I haven't heard too much, I know in the background they're trying to figure it out, which is really, really good. So again, like I said, I'm really, really grateful for it. And it's funny because in a tough time like this, gratitudes are your best friend. Like my friend Jen, she literally texts me every single day, and she's like, give me 3 things you're grateful for. And so every single day I send her my 3 things, and she sends me hers, and we're like, okay, it's gonna be a good day. And she has done that literally every single day since I found out I had a brain tumor. So months at this stage. So if you yourself are going through like a stressful time or a tough time, or you have a friend that's going through like a stressful time, be the Jen in this situation. When you start your day being grateful, it just puts you in a better mood, and you just like look around you and you just feel so happy for the cards that you've been dealt already. So I'm continuing to do that. So hopefully it's not stress, because I feel like I've been trying to control stress levels, but I guess we'll know whenever I have my heart ultrasound. I will let you know as soon as there's any kind of updates. I feel like I might do a wee vlog soon. I used to really love making my YouTube videos that was like, spend the day with me, like let's go here, let's do this. And I would like to do like a relaxing one, so that I can kind of like feel not stressed and kind of control my stress levels and stay positive, and hopefully help anybody else or give someone ideas as a way to kind of not be stressed as well. So hopefully that'll be coming soon as well, if I have the energy and if I have the time. So if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, as well as all your kind, lovely comments. As usual, I really appreciate all of you. So thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.